All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Realms of the Wild. Yes, this is our Open Legend RPG, custom Zelda RPG that is in no way affiliated with anyone that actually owns rights to it. But we have lots of fun anyway. To really quickly get through a few announcements, you may have noticed or you may not have noticed because it may just be me. No, you can see everyone. We're missing Kiri today. She's actually at Norwest Con. She's going to actually be doing, I believe, a signing tomorrow.
Yep.
I think so.
So if you are in, I believe it's in the Seattle or the
yeah.
greater Seattle area. It's in the Northwest. That means Seattle.
Drive up and down the entire Pacific Northwest until you find it.
Yeah, and just find her.
Oregon.
Look for Kiri.
Who cares?
She has, I think it's green hair right now.
Yes, green hair. Yeah. Go support her.
Anyway,
She's lovely.
go to Norwest Con, go to her signing, pick up her book. Alice is really great. Or so I've heard. I haven't had a chance to read
And
it.
tell her to her face that she's a lovely person.
It's okay. I haven't.
I
either.
know.
Neither have I.
And
Great
yeah,
friends,
so
everyone.
Curious, unfortunately, not with we do have
broke.
Alex.
Same.
Another announcement. This is actually the last week of Celebration of the Wild at Zelda Universe. So we've been doing like Breath of the Wild content for the past month because it's the year anniversary of Breath of the Wild coming out. And on Twitch, if you're watching us live, an occasional Korok will show up and give you some extra rupees that you can use to, do things like give the players healing potions when I'm about to kill them because I'm an awesome dungeon master and make really challenging, interesting encounters that you guys just make trivial by healing them up perfectly. But no, it's perfectly fine.
It really is.
Or like
okay with
some
it.
other people, you can create an NPC army designed to kill a specific character of the cast. Your decision.
Yeah. Thanks, Peyton.
Um,
Not even watching us.
yeah, and we actually do have something new. If we can hit 30 subscribers before the end of the month, which is
the
today,
end of the day.
yeah, the end of the day, that Korok will become permanent. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It helps offset the cost of a lot of things. Everything from hosting the website, the software we use for our video conferencing so you can see us and hear us. All that stuff is taken care of by the Zelda Universe staff, and having Zelda Universe itself be able to pay for it is always useful. And if you have Amazon Prime and you have not done this yet, link your Twitch account with your Amazon Prime account. You get free games, which is super awesome. But it also gives you a free channel subscription every month. And you could use your Prime subscription for Breath of the Wild. The channel itself, despite the fact that you're not paying for the subscription, the channel gets the full benefit of this subscription. So it's a great way to support creators. And to be honest, I'm a big fan of Amazon Prime. Because again, when you integrate it with Twitch and all the other stuff it does, it's a steal.
Also, check out the official store merch that's on Amazon.
Yeah. So, the other thing is kind of cool. This Thursday, PAX East is this next weekend. And this Thursday, we actually have a panel at PAX East called Breath of the Wild and the Future of the Zelda series. And not only are we going to have Alex from Realms of the Wild there, along with Laughing Boy LP and Josh Jepson, who are all other members of the Twitch channel, we are going to have Gerard the Completionist joining the panel. If you're unaware of who he is, he does a show called The Completionist, where he completes, as in does absolutely everything physically possible you can do in a game, and then kind of rates them for how much fun they are and all these other things. So yeah, that's really, really cool. He's a really awesome guy, and is incredibly knowledgeable about games in general. I will be really interested not only to see what he brings to the panel, but to watch him screw around with Alex, who has everything like organized, and like, no, this is how we're going to do things. And then Gerard's just going to randomly interject things and mess with Alex. So I think that's
everyone's going to do that, but that's beside the point. But yeah, we got
do it from across the country.
No, yeah, that's what Elias does. No, I'm really excited for it. I didn't expect him to actually like be into it, and he was, and so we're really excited to have him. If you're going to PAX East, it's at 6 o'clock at the Condor Theater. It's not going to be streamed, unfortunately, but tickets are still available for Thursday, as far as I'm aware. So if you are there, come see us. If you're going to be there over the weekend, we'll host a meeting up at some point. So check the Zelda Universe Twitter and Instagrams about that. And then I am hopefully going to be bringing in my camera and trying to record it so we can put it on the internet.
I would also like to say that we are now only 2 subs away from 30 subscribers.
All right, 2 subs, guys. 2 subs. That's all we need. Go.
We have until the Cody Zone.
Friends. I am perfectly okay with guilt tripping people. You know. So that's the channel announcements. We do have a couple announcements about Realms itself. First things first. Every week before the live show, we run a poll on Twitter. That's at Zelda. Is it just at Zelda Universe on Twitter? I can never remember.
Yep. Yes.
Yep. It's at Zelda Universe on Twitter. Follow them so you can vote in the poll. We vote on who the most valuable player was for the previous episode, and this week's winner, like last week, is Zulta. I am currently trying to get a degree in marketing. I'm starting to think that I should be talking to Ilea about my capstone project.
I mean, I'm down. I don't know how much help I'll be.
So many. Just use all the hashtags. It's fine.
All the hashtags.
So yeah, what that means is she gets a special legend points, which in Open Legend is used to give yourself advantage. And this is a special one that doesn't follow any of the limitations that normal legend points do, where you can only use so many on a roll and things like that. No, this is, she can use it whenever, wherever she wants. You can also use the rupees that you earn from watching this show and any other show to purchase legend points for the cast as well, or re-roll tokens. There's actually a whole list of different things that you could use your rupees for this show specifically. So, you know, check it out while you're watching today. The other thing is going to be slightly, is going to change slightly how the show treats the off weeks. Normally, we, on the weeks that we're not doing a live show, we would broadcast, we would just rebroadcast the week from before. So anyone that missed it the week before could go and watch it that week. What we've discovered is nobody's really watching the rebroadcast because it's on at the exact same time as the regular show. So anyone that could have watched, you know, could have watched it this week, you know, isn't going to watch it the next week because they watched it live, because live is more fun. So we are going to be stopping running the rebroadcast on Saturdays. What that means for those of you guys that don't watch it live is it means the YouTube version of it is just going to go up a little bit earlier. So it's not going to be a massive change for you guys. The poll is still going to start around the same time because Twitter only allows us to run week-long polls. If we could just have a 2-week-long poll, it would be really nice, Twitter.
Elias might have a chance.
And the production staff and I have actually been speaking about if there would be a better time for people that would like to watch it live that cannot watch it in the current time slot. We know Saturday mornings in the US is when we broadcast live, and that can be difficult for a lot of different people. Tweet at Zelda Universe if you don't watch this live, if you watch it on YouTube, or if you watch it on video on demand on the Twitch channel. Tweet us and let us know what a better time would be for you guys, and if we can get enough people that will go, hey, this time would be really nice because I'd like to be able to watch it with other fans so we can talk and joke around while the episode is going on. We will bring back the rebroadcast. We'd like to bring it back. We just want to find a time where more people are going to be able to watch it. So with that, I think that is all of our announcements.
Invisible Jazz, some of us don't gulp coffee, some of us gulp tea, but also went to bed after 4 a.m.
But some of us also drink coffee.
I actually somehow woke up at
some of us caffeine is a very, very bad thing for us to ingest, and stay away from it like the plague.
Yeah. That being said, all of my tea is decaf, and if anyone would like to send me any, I will set up a P.O. box for tea.
Careful.
Anyone wants to send me Starbucks?
I don't know if you want to ingest things that people send you in the mail.
I mean,
my email.
I live in California. I'm not mad at it.
Someone send me Starbucks, please. Thanks.
Wow. So on that bright note,
we're fine.
It's great.
Let's delve back into the realms of the wild. So, to get people caught up, the party found this underground temple almost that they explored a little bit, used bombs to solve quite a few of their problems. And they found this strange Yiga clan pair of assassins that didn't quite make sense, and they would phase in and out of existence. They were able to take them down, and they found a stable tear. Every other tear these guys have seen thus far has been unstable, and this one was not. It was completely stable. And they stepped through it last week to go to the realm that Pierre originally came from. And looking around at the destroyed landscape and the giant robotic monstrosities that were roaming Hyrule, they were less than thrilled about it, except for Kess, who was incredibly thrilled because there were giant machines that she now wants to build. So Pierre was able to give a little bit of backstory about kind of the history of his realm and exactly what those creatures called Titans were, and seemed kind of not himself for a little bit, which works on multiple levels, I just realized.
It wasn't me.
I thought you were making a pun.
I wasn't,
yes,
but yes. I'm happy that it turned into. It was an unintentional.
Own that pun.
Accidental puns are the best kind.
So you take a legend point.
So you don't want to give me legend
give
points.
the DM legend.
I say that. I regret the decision. I retract that statement. They went back through the portal because they still have the goal of reaching the Forgotten Temple in the realm that Aruna is from. And so after getting out of there, they finished traveling over Hyrule Field, went a little bit closer to Hyrule Castle than they probably wanted to, but didn't have any really big issues, and they made it.
The rain was kind of a big issue.
Yeah, there was rain, because I have a rain sound effect, and I'm going to use it.
He wanted to make sure that he paid good money for that sound effect.
Rain wasn't an issue.
Well, see, I didn't pay any money for it. That's the point. I paid
a good 2 minutes for that sound effect.
Hey, time is money. That sounded weird.
All right. And so they made it to the Tabantha Great Bridge, which overlooks the Tanangar Canyon. And at the end of the Tanangar Canyon is the Forgotten Temple. So the issue they have right now is from where they are, they're looking at a few 100-foot drop to get to the bottom of this canyon. So they don't really have a way to get to it other than traveling well over a week around to find a gradual descent down into the canyon, and then taking another couple of weeks to travel the entire length of the canyon. So, knowing that information, Kess is furiously scribbling in her notebook as she is making notes, and every so often you'll hear her, say little parts of sentences. Things like, "Oh, well, and then if they did that, but no, that wouldn't. Maybe if they," and then she'll go silent again.
I think Kess is trying to design a Titan.
This is Kess today.
Did we? No, it's another Attack of the Cat episode.
I do not think Kiri would be opposed to having Sean Connery play.
Fascinating.
Kiri just wasn't herself, or Kestrel just wasn't herself.
Sure, yes, I would like to use my hook shot.
I'll take this canyon. Huh.
Did we pass any like settlements or anything, other people along the way? Or has it just been
with how close you got to Hyrule Castle? I'll say you probably passed maybe a few traveling merchants once you got past the Breach of Demise, because at that point you get to a road that is used to circumvent Hyrule Castle and Hyrule Field completely, so it's much more well traveled.
Okay.
So if you but you didn't hit any settlements or anything really. This whole part of the world is not heavily settled, just because of the fact that their Hyrule Field is littered with guardians that terrify people, and the surrounding areas outside of it, you can see Hyrule Castle for miles and miles. So not a whole lot of people. There were settlements here. They just left to find places that were safer.
In that case, I would have liked to try and talk to whoever we came across.
Okay. You've come across a larger Hylian gentleman with a big old backpack and a cart being pulled by a kind of lanky younger kid. The older gentleman would have kind of very briskly, "How do you do?"
"Hello. Do you come from the Great Bridge?"
We crossed it about 4 days ago.
Okay.
It's a bit of a trek, but it's still solid. They built it pretty good.
Well, that's good, because we're going to go to it. I don't know if we're going to cross it, though. We're trying to get down the canyon. Do you know a way to do that?
Well, you could fall.
Do you know another way to do that?
That seems obvious.
Well, the canyon itself ends about a 2 weeks journey to the southwest. And there's a gradual descent down, and you could get into the canyon. But why would you want to go there? There's really not much beyond broken guardians and monsters down there.
Well, we're looking for something down there. It's a long story. You didn't see any, like, stairs or anything, or ladders, or
No, most people
Something
tend
closer.
to avoid it.
That's fair, I guess.
With the Ritoan village not too much further, a few days past it, most people tend to just go if the Rito are willing to allow trade, we'll go to the Rito.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
This accent has traveled all over Europe.
You could plot it on a map, and I'm okay with it. It started in one place, it now is over here. You know what? I live for it. We're
He's
here
a
for it.
well-traveled merchant, this one.
Quite.
I was right there with you.
Okay.
I'm trying. I really am, guys.
You should have heard the accents I tried to do during my one-shot.
Hey, it's better than my accent for Pierre. Let's tell you that much.
Okay.
So anyway.
Do you have anything for trade? And then I'll just try to see what...
Yeah, and he's not really willing to unpack the entirety of his wagon because, again, he's not there. But he's willing to do some simple trades. Is there specific things that you're looking for?
I was mostly just trying to like give him some business for his time. So nothing specific, just anything that sort of catches our
I mean,
interest.
you know, he carries a few rations from like food products and stuff from the Rito, simply because the Rito are not the friendliest sorts and are a little bit geographically isolated from the rest of the world. So a lot of what he has right now, because he's coming from Rito Village, are Rito goods. So, you know, toys, a few weapons, like bows and things like that, and then some Rito food and stuff like that that's preservable.
Do you have any cool rocks?
Rocks. I don't tend to trade in rocks.
Oh.
Well, I guess I should say I don't tend to trade in rocks in this particular leg of the journey.
Oh.
I won't be getting anywhere near the Goron for well over a month.
Yeah, it's a long way away.
Carrying that many rocks tends to make poor Philippe here a little bit wary. Seriously, Dad, can we like stop and rest? No, we've only been traveling for 30 minutes, but it's like really heavy.
Oh my god.
This is what I deal
He's Shaggy.
Okay, well,
Zoinks, Dad.
Like, zoinks.
thank you for your time, sir.
Oh.
Sorry to slow you down.
Oh, think nothing of it. Always nice to see a fellow trader.
And I'll do like the trader nod, whatever that is.
Trader nod. Yes, the trader's secret handshake.
Yeah.
No, I can't have you just say whatever that is, Elias. I need to see the traitor nod.
I just did
Yes,
it.
let's go.
It's just
Go.
like a normal person nod, where it's just. But that's
But
a
they
whole new
know
thing in Hyrule.
it's a psychic thing.
So they trade the oh my god.
You know
I
how
hate
you
this
talk
life.
with your eyes a lot, Zolta? This is our talking with our eyes. It's like you do you, man. I'll do me.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, okay.
All right, so that happened. A few days later, you guys hit the Great Tabantha Bridge. Or Tabantha Great Bridge. However you want to put those words in an order.
A bridge
That
of
works.
greatness into Bantha.
And Knuckles.
Well,
Pinochle.
I'm going to. I don't know.
Oh, I thought we were just naming card games now.
I mean,
That's what this show devolves into.
It devolves into a lot of things.
We're like,
Depends on the
we're
mood.
done talking Zelda. We're just going to name other games.
pretty much.
Enjoy the rest of the hour or so.
You said that it was 100 feet down?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
You're not 100%
Oh.
sure.
Okay. Well, could I, since I have wings, could I go down and see how long it actually is?
If you'd like to.
Sure, why not?
Okay. So after you descend probably about 50 or so feet, I am going to need a dexterity check at disadvantage 3.
Whew.
A disadvantage 3 agility.
Agility, yes, agility. I'm sorry. I run like 3 different systems, guys.
It's fine. I haven't played this game in 2 weeks. I am going to use a legend point from the audience on this one.
More than 2 weeks, dude.
It's been a month for Pierre.
Yes.
Or for Alex.
All right, so you're now at disadvantage 2. You're probably going to want to make this save, seeing as you're only 50 feet down.
Are you saying I should use 3?
I don't know. I'm saying that, you're making a save when you're, hundreds of feet in the air.
Fine, I'll use 2 legend points.
Okay, you're at disadvantage 1.
I'm going to get real mad if I still sit. I'm going to be real mad if I still...
That was the last time we ever saw Pierre.
Yep.
13.
As you are flying down, at first it's not too bad, and you hit an area of basically turbulence. Because the canyon is the way it is, it actually amplifies wind currents.
Great.
So you fly through one of these higher wind currents, and it completely knocks you out of the sky.
Ah, shit.
And you start plummeting. You guys from above see him just start flying very wildly and then just start falling very, very quickly. Is there anything you guys want to do in reaction to this?
Zolta, you shady lady!
I'm gonna...
If I drain him of all his life first...
Yes. Can I save him by draining him of his life? We'll find some way to heal his broken body after he's down, and then I'll put his life energy back.
You're thinking that killing him before he dies, not a way to save him.
I know. But I'm also thinking, does that make him...
You don't even need a roll to know that.
Is then he my undead servant? Can I control him?
Absolutely not. I would rather die.
Oh,
the phone. What?
I don't know. Do I have any rope or anything?
You're a merchant. You probably carry a little bit of rope,
but not 50 plus feet.
Yeah, that would be
in
real
general. I know in D&D, 50 feet is the standard length of rope that you carry. So with you being a trader, having 100 feet of rope would not be outside the realm of reason.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna tie a rock to the end of my rope and just sort of toss it towards Pierre, hoping he can grab onto it, because there's nothing else
don't
I
hit
can
him
do.
in the head.
And ask Kestrel, can you hook him with the thing?
She says he's too far away.
Oh,
she only has a range of 25 feet on her hook shot.
Oh, god damn it.
Can I try and create a barrier of energy to stop his movement? Is he close enough to a wall of the canyon where I could just create a barrier?
Right now, I think 50 feet is your limit on as far as range for energy. So if he can get up that high, right now he's getting close to 100 feet away.
Oh god!
So Aruna is getting.
So then
to the
all
limit of what he
Zolta
has.
is doing is making sure Aruna's doing something and waving.
Okay. So,
I've had a good one,
Aruna,
everybody. Thanks for watching.
I'm going to need you to make a agility-based attack roll.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Because this is more about accuracy than strength.
I will use a legend point on this.
Okay.
I can only use
it is
one.
going to be at disadvantage 1.
Yeah. Using one legend point works so well for Pierre.
So
I used 2.
I have no score in agility, so I can only get flat advantage or disadvantage. If it's disadvantage, can I use 2 legend points to turn it into an advantage?
If they're audience legend points, sure.
I have 1 normal legend point and 1 chat point.
Sure, I'll let that happen.
Cool. So now it's advantage. All right, agility check. That helped. Wow. No, it didn't. It was almost a 20. I'm sorry, Pierre, but it's a 5.
5. Okay.
With advantage, it was a 5.
So now I need
points.
to make a strength attack roll.
Me?
Yes.
Strength attack. Any disadvantage or anything?
No, just straight up make a strength check.
Strength check. Okay. Oh, there it is. Nice. All right, so that's 43.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is the end of Pierre, y'all.
Pierre, what is your guard defense?
Oh God.
16.
So
It's too bad.
would you still be conscious
It's too bad Peyton is
after let's see, 43 minus 16, 23 damage?
23 damage?
No,
Yeah.
That's not right.
You're at max hit points right now.
Barely.
23,
So
20
my max hit points is 26.
It's
Wait.
27 damage though.
Is it 27? Oh.
It could be
I
I
23.
can't do math.
I don't. Okay, wait. Maybe my character sheet's wrong because my current is now for some reason 29, but I guess I'm at max 6 points then because it's 26. If it's a 27, it would kill me. If it's a 23, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't kill you. It would render you unconscious.
I'm gonna do that. What's a 27?
What is your maximum hit points? Because you might be
26.
counting lethal damage that
No,
has
I'm
gone
not.
away. Okay.
No, I'm not. But I got extra things, so I think I was at 29 for some reason last time I was on. I don't know why. But I'm at.
Let's
20
call it 29 and say that you are near death after being smacked in the head with a rock.
Great. So that was 23 damage or 27.
You're at 2 hit points.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
just
at 2
say
hit points.
you're at 2 hit points.
Great. Thanks, Elias.
But you are able to kind of scramble after being smacked in the head with this rock. You are able to kind of scramble. The rock does hit you hard enough that you do take. I have to roll. Where did my dice go?
Wait, I take more damage from this?
No, part of this damage is going to be lethal.
Oh shit.
Invisible Jazz. Maybe thanks to his
6.
super useful legend point spends, when he lands, his ego breaks his fall.
Wait, please?
So 6 of that was lethal damage. But you get smacked in the back of the head of the with a rock and kind of get tangled up in the rope a little bit, enough that you're able to kind of grasp onto it. And the weight of the rock and the fact that you're no longer flying, you're just kind of hanging there, means you're being blown by the wind a little bit, but you're no longer, being tumbled about or anything like that.
Great.
And
As soon as I feel
Aruna,
weight,
you
or extra
feel weight go.
I'm gonna start to try and pull him up.
Okay.
I'm watching this and like,
What is your strength
how
score?
are you?
5.
5? Yeah, you have no problem lifting a Rito up. So you guys see
up.
him. You see Pierre.
Did I see the rock smack his head?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
You were just pleased that you hit him.
Yeah,
Like
it worked.
that was a really long shot. Like
But at
technically,
what
it could have been like
cost?
a lot more disadvantage than it was.
Not enough cost.
Wow.
So I'll pull Pierre up to the edge and say, "I got you. Sorry about hitting your head."
Yeah. Thanks.
So Pierre, go ahead and roll me a learning check.
20. Does that work?
Barely.
Great.
So before
thanks.
the rock impacted the back of your skull and removed part of your childhood.
Oh, good. I didn't need that anyway. Wait, did
Just
the part of
kidding.
the path that was oh shit.
It was
damn it.
traumatic. Suddenly,
Um,
Pierre is a little bit lighter in personality than he was.
Hey, Jazz, how's it going?
You were able to do some basic math and kind of gauge how far down it was that you were going to plummet to your death. And you think it's roughly about 350 feet down.
Great. It's about 350 feet down, I think. I don't know, I kind of blacked out a bit when someone threw a rock at my face.
Hey, I was just trying to save you from falling 350 feet down.
You're alive.
You did nothing.
I couldn't do anything.
All I saw you do was wave.
Yes, I wanted to make sure you were doing fine. You didn't answer my wave, so, that's on you. But Aruna seemed to have it well in hand. He has great aim, landed where it needed to go. You're still alive.
Head?
As long as it hit
you. In your head.
What is this?
God damn it.
If you sing any more of that, the copyright strike comes in.
God damn it, Zolta.
Did you see any stairs or ladders down there?
I don't know, did I?
You can't remember after getting smacked in the head with a rock. It's a miracle that you remember how far down it is.
I don't remember. I would have probably found out, but yet, I'm now suffered brain damage.
Do you want us to throw you back over? That'll work. You need to.
Not unless I take you with me, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
No. I don't know if I want to hit everyone in the head with my rope fishing.
Please refrain!
It seems like a waste of a rock. Now it's covered in his blood and feathers, and you think it's less appetizing?
Oh, this is all soiled now, and I just sort of put it back where I found it. Trying to cover the blood part so that it doesn't look like it was used as a murder weapon.
I'm just imagining some kid picking up rocks because kids like to do things like that in the future and finding this thing covered in blood.
Well, at that point, it's going to be dried up, so that's not the point.
20 minutes later.
Brown reddish stuff.
Philip comes back.
Hey, guys. What the hell happened to his head?
There's bits of my scalp on there.
You weren't using it.
It just turned into the roast of Pierre. What the hell?
Emperor P's not even here.
I feel like Pierre is probably fated to die in the volcano and not anywhere else at this point.
Actually, it seems like that's going to be the end of my arc.
If that didn't kill him. Has Aruna been to Rito Village before?
Once. It's not somewhere that you generally tend to go, simply because, again, the Rito are not incredibly friendly. They're not, mean or bastards or anything like that. They're just kind of secretive. And two, it is the opposite side of the world.
Yeah.
So
in my time there,
it's a 2.5-3 month long journey to get there.
In my time there, did I meet or interact with anyone that was slightly more than less friendly?
Again, they're friendlier to traders that have things that they need, and you being a trader and being very well versed in working with a lot of different societies, you made some friends.
Okay. And according to the guy that we talked to, and apparently my own experience, it's a shorter trip to get there instead of to the end of the canyon, right?
Yes, it's only probably about another, after you get across the bridge, another 4 days maybe, compared to, again, like 2 weeks to get to the end of the canyon, and then it would be like another good 2 weeks of traveling in the canyon to get all the way to where the Forgotten Temple is, because the canyon itself is really, really long. It basically bisects this part of the world of Hyrule. And travels almost half the length, the north-south length of Hyrule here. So it is a massive canyon.
Okay.
That may be why there's a temple in it, because it's super hard to get to. I don't know.
That's why they forgot about it.
Yeah. I don't even think it was forgotten like oops, I forgot. It's like, just forget that temple.
Forget that. Well, if there's no other way down, then we either spend 2 weeks to go down to the end of it and then come back, or we can try to go to the Rito village and see if they know a way down, but they might not know anything, and we might still have to go all the way down to the end.
And that's when Kess kind of perks up and goes, "Oh, we don't know that there's no way down. We know that letting Pierre fly down was a bad idea."
Well, thank you for your input, Cass.
No problem. And she goes back to scribbling.
Hindsight is 20/20.
I would prefer not to go to the village. Just saying.
Is it because of a Rito thing?
Yes, it's a Rito thing.
I get that. I'd prefer not to go to Goron City, too. Well, then, should we keep looking for ways down, or should we just try to walk and spend a month going to the long way around? Because that's a lot.
Maybe
there is the canyon itself is not like cut or anything like that. It has crags and things and outcroppings and stuff like that. Theoretically, you could attempt climbing down. You could attempt to construct something that would aid you or make it easier for Pierre to get down there. Again, Pierre was caught off guard by the fact that he wasn't expecting wind currents. So just having knowledge that things are there changes how you approach them.
Hey, Cass, what are you drawing in your notebook?
What? Nothing? Nothing at all. Why?
Well, is it something that could help us get down the canyon?
What do you mean Titans? I didn't, what?
I didn't say Titans.
Can I go and grab her book and like look at it?
Are you sure you want to try and grab Kess's book? This is going to be one of the few times where, as the dungeon master, I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to describe how I see your action so that I know that I'm not misinterpreting it. You are saying that you want Pierre to run up to Kess, the ninja-like Sheikah, with a device that can instantly paralyze you, and try to grab the thing that she protects more than herself, generally.
All with only 2 hit points left.
2 hit point.
Yeah.
That's kind of more the reason I kind of want to do it. I don't know.
I just want to make sure that is exactly what you are describing to me.
It is. Now I'm wondering if that's actually a smart idea.
I think it's a Titan.
Yeah, you think? I'm wondering if that's actually a smart idea. No.
I retract that statement.
I mean, Zulta has learned to channel life energy, but she needs something to channel it from.
And you can't when there's just simply nothing. Good thing I'm dead inside.
You'd be more than dead inside.
You'd be dead outside.
I've been honestly, it's 2018. I need it. You know what? I will retract my statement. Why not?
I will say, normally if Kess was here, she would be kind of the technological person. So if you guys want to use her for her technological prowess, I will say that I could make rolls for her and things like that. I'm just not willing to play her character because I didn't get a chance to talk to Kiri about what she would want her character to do. So other than a few quips and stuff like that, I'm not really going to play her character. But if you guys have stuff that you think Kess might know or things like that, I will, make rolls and stuff like that for her.
Kess, find us a way down that doesn't kill me.
Or me, preferably.
Irina just walks to the edge and tries to see if there's enough outcroppings to make a makeshift rock climbing ladder.
The wall itself has enough handholds and things like that for someone like you, because Gorons go off the beaten path on a regular basis. You can see enough handholds and things like that that you could probably climb down. But again, you're talking about a 300+ foot climb.
Yeah.
With part of it having winds. So it would be an endurance test, but it's possible. If you could find ways to lessen either the danger from the wind or the strain on you physically, you will make it easier on yourselves.
Do I know that Zolta can do barriers? Has she done a barrier yet?
I did, but it didn't work so well because it was an energy barrier against stone. So, I don't know if you could see the barrier. It didn't do anything.
You know that Zulta controls lightning, and she has this thing where she glows red and black, and people die.
Yep. Okay.
And I won't admit to it.
You can ask her for more information.
Hey, Zolta.
But that's what you have observed.
Can you control wind with lightning, or is it just the lightning thing?
I've never tried to control wind. We don't have a lot of wind underwater.
Can you control currents? I
don't think that's how it works.
Can you control currents?
What do you think I am?
Azora.
Someone who has magical powers.
You would know, Zulta, by charging water with electricity, you can do some minor control of currents to where you can use it to speed up your swimming. But
I could make you fall faster.
You've ever practiced.
Would you like me to make you fall faster? I think I could figure that out.
Well, I'm not falling. Also, I don't think we should fall down because then we probably would die.
I don't think I can help slow down your descent in that way. What are you planning to do? Why are you asking me these questions?
I'm trying to think of a plan. I don't have a plan yet, but if we try to climb down, the wind that almost killed Pierre is going to mess with us as we try to climb down the side. So we need to figure out a way past the wind or to slow it down or something.
By the way, Pierre, this conversation...
I don't think I can slow down the wind.
That other than the lethal damage, you have... your hit points have been restored.
Okay, so I'm back to 20. Great.
Yeah. In Open Legend, if you get like a 5-minute rest, that's enough for you to get your hit points back to full.
Great.
So I don't think I can slow down the wind. That sounds like a task for another day, but I might be able to. It'll take a while, Aruna.
Okay.
I may be able to try and protect us from the wind, maybe.
How?
The Dungeon Master echoes that question.
Well, in Dungeon Master speak, with a barrier of energy to keep a lot of the buffeting off, in game speak,
I'm actually not interested in game speak. I am specifically interested. Again, Open Legend is a narrative-based RPG. I'm more interested in.
Yeah, so that's what I mean in game speak. Yeah. That I would summon energy from myself to kind of create this barrier that is super pretty and red, like the way my eyes glow when I do that thing. And it would help like cut down the wind so that it's less gale force and more like I'm going to guess that there's probably still wind, but not as
Would
dangerous.
this be entropy that you're using to do this?
Yes.
Okay. So, and I'm not saying this isn't possible. I'm saying I need more descriptions. How is your ability to drain life going to stop the wind that has no life?
It's about using the life energy that I've taken to kind of go against the wind and cut down its power.
So actually taking life energy and instead of absorbing it or dispersing it, like just forming it into a barrier. I will say you've never done it before. I will say you can definitely attempt it, but you will need a source of life energy to draw from in order to create.
Are there any small beasts around?
I look for small beasts.
Don't look at me.
Well, yeah, all y'all are small beasts.
Go ahead and make me. Is it perception in this? Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Perception. Yeah. Yeah. 28.
20. Okay. So looking around, the area that you're in is relatively barren. You're not really seeing any. I mean, you see a couple lizards and stuff like that.
I grab a lizard, or try to.
You're big enough. You know, it skitters away pretty quick, but like.
I would like fan art of Aruna chasing after a little lizard.
Please send all fan art to @Zelda Universe, and you can also include @Green-Eyed T-Bone on that.
And me @Luca_Starks.
I love fan art.
And
Please
no
do
one
that.
else.
We all love fan art, by the way. If any of you guys that watch this get inspired, we love fan art. With your permission, I'll make promises that I can't keep in saying that we'll share it on the stream, because
also, with your
that would be an Elias thing to figure out how that works. But with your permission, we'll share it.
If you make fan art of me with your permission, there's a good chance that I'm going to use it as a profile picture on one of my social medias. My current Facebook picture is fan art someone made of me. So, you know.
Yeah, fan art is cool.
We
Back
love it.
to the realms. So Aruna comes over with this half squished lizard.
It's between two fingers. I said, I found a small beast.
Great.
I drop
can
it
you
into
find
Zolta's
more?
hands.
Okay. Does anyone have a bag? I mean,
You're thinking that you don't have a bag big enough for enough tiny lizards to do what you're needing to do.
thank you, Aruna. I don't think we're going to get enough energy to do this.
Well, then why didn't you ask for a large beast?
Something a little bit bigger, or borrowing energy from the party and yourself could do it as well.
I'm pretty sure at least 2 people will have a problem with that.
You were doing something really interesting. You know, I like it. By the way, take a legend point for the idea. Yeah, it's this is something. First of all, you've never done it before, and second of all, it's something that entropy is not designed to do. So it's going to take a little bit of effort. And you guys are unfortunately in a place that doesn't have a lot of life around it.
You know what, Aruna? If you can find a large beast, we will do this. Or if you're willing to give me some energy.
Energy?
Like, my eyes will turn red. You'll feel a bit tired.
So you get all scary. Why would I get tired?
Yes.
I don't want
Because
to
you're
be tired
giving me
if I'm
energy.
climbing down a cliff face.
I'm against this
Well,
whole
then
idea.
find me a large beast or find another way down.
Okay.
I'm pretty damn sure Kess would be against it too, so.
She seems preoccupied with her notebook.
Yeah. So either find me a large beast that has a lot of energy or find another way down. I don't think I can help with this.
Well, when I looked for the lizards, I was also looking for anything, and there's not really anything large around here except me.
Yeah, the last like large wildlife you guys would have seen would have probably been a couple days back. Let me look at the map again real quick to remember.
I mean, we found
Yeah,
Philip.
I mean, you have there's a bog called Ludfo's Bog. that you could find some larger creatures in that, and the series Scablands, you might be able to find some grazing, like I don't know what cow Beast of Burden are. I can't think of Beast of Burden in Breath of the Wild. Someone give me a name.
I think they're just normal animals.
Yeah.
So like bison type things.
Yeah.
You might be able to find a few in the series Scabland, or again the Ludfo's Bog and Thunder Plateau. You could find some more aggressive large wildlife there, but those again, those are about a day's journey away. So you would have to drag them alive about a day. It's possible, just difficult.
I will play with this lizard while they figure out how to get down.
Okay. So Zulta becomes very interested.
Okay. Well, Pierre, now that you know what the winds are like, can you think of any way down that's not flying?
Well, other than climbing, probably not much. Because I don't feel, I mean, I could try, now that I know that it's there, maybe I could try it again and maybe no. Like, I can get through it. But other than that, I don't have much of an answer here.
If you
How
want to
much
make a
rope
logic
do we have?
check, Pierre, you can see how good you are at figuring out a way around this wind.
While you do that, how much rope do you have, Aruna?
Good question. Apparently I have about 100 feet at least. And I
Okay.
start counting how much rope I have.
How is an 18?
You have about 100 feet, a little bit over.
Yeah, the rope.
And 18 is enough for you to, again, from flying for as long as you have, you understand kind of how wind currents and things like that work. You think the closer you get to the bottom, the less the wind currents are going to affect you. So if you could fall through the wind currents, you might be able to catch yourself before you hit the ground. But again, that means you're free falling for
Most of the
at
way
least
down.
100 feet.
Now he's free falling.
Use Calypso's at a later date.
So you think it's theoretically possible. It would be difficult for you because you've never done something like this before. But that would get you to the bottom.
Well, here's an idea. I'm wondering if this is gonna work. Would it be? No, it's good. I'm just gonna say it and we'll see how it goes. Tie the rope onto Pierre. I jump, and then if something goes wrong, I still have a way to get back up.
The rope is not long enough for you to get underneath the wind currents.
Did I figure out how long it was?
It was at 100
Yeah, a
feet.
little
you said.
over 100 feet.
Oh. Oh, it looks like I used all of it, so it's a little over 100 feet, Zolta.
All right, so this is a ride or die moment for me.
Literally.
Kess kind of chimes in. I can get down.
How?
I
I'll
mean,
just hook shot my way down.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any more of those?
No.
Oh.
Do you have any other ideas before I have to essentially commit suicide again?
well, maybe we rappel down and Kess follows us, so we go 100 feet at a time if we have decent enough landings.
We would need...
That
There are no landings.
mm.
They're outcropping and stuff like that.
I'll just stay up here while you
Now,
guys
you
figure
do
it out.
have someone with you that has an affinity for things that can make holes in walls and other things like that.
Kess,
Oh, wait a second.
find a way for us to get down.
Hold on.
I said that a while back.
How many bombs do you have?
A lot.
Oh, God.
Start throwing him in the walls.
What?
The lizard and I are going to walk away from the bomb throwers.
Give me a bomb. Give me a bomb.
Okay, and I hand him a hand bomb.
Okay.
I want to chuck this thing as hard as I can.
Make me a might check.
11.
You chuck it as hard as you can.
It lands
Is
at
there a
Aruna's feet.
particular direction you're throwing it?
Into the canyon.
Okay.
Trying to hit the opposite side.
Oh.
Trying to hit the opposite side?
Or hitting a side to make a hole.
No, that's what you said. So you guys watch as Pierre takes the bomb and just hurls it. And Aruna, you watch as the bomb travels roughly about 25 feet and then explodes harmlessly in the air.
Oh, son of a bitch.
5 of 7.
Great. I'm glad I did above passing. Why don't you try to make a hole that we could get to, that we have those landing pockets?
Well, I don't know if I can throw it all the way across the canyon. That's really far away.
Get us somewhere. I don't care where.
You guys realize there's 2 walls to the canyon, right?
That's what I'm... Is that not what I'm trying to do?
You said throw it to the other side of the canyon.
To the other wall. That's what I meant.
The other wall is pretty far away.
The other wall is hundreds of feet away. It is a really wide canyon.
He's a Goron. He can do that.
Nope.
But the wall you're standing right next to...
So wait, do you want me to throw it to the other wall or this wall? I'd have to like drop it and time it.
Throw it to this wall.
Well, it's
what?
less of a throw, and so I'll
Let's do it. Oh my god.
I'll try and set wick lengths to.
Zolta is now telling the lizard the history of the Zora and her family.
This lizard going?
Like, and then this one.
I'd be actually very curious
When
to
it
hear
grows
what that
up
lizard...
to be a, what's it called, the Lizalfo,
Oh god.
it'll
shows up
know
later.
the history of the Zora.
He'll show up later and be like,
giving
Mom?
the enemy information. Yeah, so I'll try and time the bomb to where it explodes about.
What kind of bomb are you going to use?
30 feet down. We'll try a hand bomb for now.
Okay. That'll be a logic check.
Okay.
Wow. Good.
11.
11. So sitting there and measuring wick length and everything, you drop it. It does not. You made the wick a little bit too short.
Okay.
And so it explodes only after dropping about 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that the hand bomb breaks some rocks off and stuff like that. But the hand bomb is not going to be enough to make a dent in this wall.
I don't think the small bomb's going to be enough. Do we want to try my bigger bomb, or do we think that's...
Yes!
Oh, well, okay.
Zolta's just ignoring them now.
Guys might want to stand back from this, though, in case the cliffside collapses.
Oh, Zolta walked away as soon as you handed a bomb to
I had
the air.
thought about collapsing the cliffside, but thank you.
As long as it doesn't kill us, it'll be fine, and it would get us down.
And then there'll be a nice slide instead of a free fall.
Exactly.
A short slide.
Listen,
and a long death.
Into a free fall.
So
it would break. It would be harder to hurt.
This time, Aruna grabs a big bomb and makes the wick a little longer because it didn't quite do.
It'll be another logic check.
Okay, and then drops.
You're basically making a logic attack roll.
Yeah. As soon as Aruna drops the bomb, he clears the vicinity.
Okay.
Just in case. Okay, so another logic.
And then I have 2 siblings, little lizard friend.
Oh, man.
Oh, god damn it. What'd you do?
10.
Wow, you're doing like super awesome on this.
I had 2 exploding D20s earlier, and now I'm just...
Yeah. So you drop the bomb, goes all the way down, and goes another like 50 feet further than you intended it to the point where it actually gets picked up by the wind a little bit and moves laterally a little. And when it explodes, you guys kind of feel it in the ground. It rumbles a little bit, but it does blow out a chunk of the wall. But all it is it's kind of just a concave area that you've just created, which would probably be protected by from the wind if you were to wade in it.
So is it big enough for like a?
It would probably only fit 2 of you at a time. And the handholds, because again, it's just been exploded, the handholds there are not quite as solid as they are in other areas. Yeah. So, but it would, it would give you a respite from the wind for a little bit. And if you could, put, what are they called? Pitons? Little things you hammer into the rock when you rock. No one here does rock climbing.
Piton, yes.
Yeah. You never do. It's pitons or pythons or something like that.
I've done rock climbing and
pylons.
As long as we know how to spell it, that's all that matters.
So you think if you could, if you could put something in there that would give you guys a second to just kind of rest, this could be a viable way to slowly make it down the cliffside.
Well, this might work. We'd have to stagger things, and we could take a break from the wind. Does it look like the wind? I don't know if I can really see the effects of the wind too much. Does it look like it's like wavering slower and faster, or is it just a constant fast thing?
You can't really see. It's rock. If there was something for the wind to affect, like Pierre, you saw, you got a better idea of what the wind was doing. So or if you were to drop things that would be affected by the wind, you could gauge how it works.
When sand was there, was it just a solid?
You were more focused on him not dying, that you couldn't really make scientific measurements.
Zolta was not focused on him not dying. She was just waving and watching him go.
What is your logic score?
That's a good question. Nothing.
Yeah, that's not something that you would inherently just kind of do.
But I learned.
You learned that you'd rather watch me die.
But again,
we always knew that.
If you get sand or anything light enough that it could be hit by the air, you can drop it over and gauge it. It would be a logic check.
If you take my lizard to do this, I am going to hurt you.
Pierre, what do you think about the outcropping? Is that what you were looking for? I think it might work.
That could work. Do you? I could try flying down to it and see.
Well, don't do that again. Whenever you were flying the first time,
you only have so many hit points.
Caught in the wind. God, what was I gonna say? Whenever you were caught in the wind, was it slowing down at all?
No.
No?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh.
Not that I can remember much, because remember, you hit me in the back of the head.
Oh, yeah. I said I was sorry, but I was also trying to save your life.
Sure.
Well, this is our best plan if we don't want to spend a month going around. What do you guys think?
Cass, do you have any ideas?
Turning to Zolta and Cass, yeah.
And then what we do is we go through guard training. And now when you do that...
Zolta!
The
lizard doesn't need to hold your life story.
Walks off the bridge back onto the land, picks up a handful of dirt, drops it over, and makes a roll, because she would not be willing to do this without...
understanding
what in the hell's going on.
Everything's a puzzle.
It's like that trap room where Kess just walked all the way through it.
Great. Come here, Kess. What did you roll?
That's a cat.
This is Kess today.
I don't think the cat can roll.
Oh, dear God.
Everyone's rolling poorly today. This is great.
She has a 6 in logic, too.
How?
Because that's her thing.
I think she has a feat that can bump it up.
Oh my God! Ow!
Or I might have to talk to her about what she can and can't have, because she's not quite high enough to have a 6. So it takes her, like, she does this for the next hour, just going and dropping. And then she doesn't say anything to you guys. She just keeps doing this.
If it's going to take an hour for that to happen, then I'm going to continue to try and make, big bomb indentations at various heights based on
And
what I think.
while that's happening, the lizard is learning about the royal family, like the entire royal line of the Zora.
And over the course of that hour, I'm going to try to eavesdrop on Zolta's little prose piece there, see what I can pick up.
Well, so with the fact that you're making explosions and stuff like that, eavesdropping at the same time would be very, very difficult.
Does it take an hour to make every indentation, though?
Well, that's what we're going to find out, because you're going to make me a logic check, and that will influence how long it takes you to do this.
Single logic check?
Oh, my God. No. Cass has now been transformed into a dog.
Oh, God.
Hi, puppy.
It's a single logic check, right?
Yep, logic check.
You know you're not
it's technically better.
No.
Technically.
It is.
Can you get above an 11?
It is 11.
That's not above. That's the same.
No. Before it was a 10. Now it's an 11.
So it takes you about an hour.
Okay.
The bar is set so low today.
We have gotten more 11s
than the entire part of Stranger Things.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Take a legend point for that. I like that.
Wow.
I just think the lizard should roll a character now, and they will be the only one who will roll high.
We will be expanding the cast to 5.
The lizard now has a learning stat of 1.
The
in 3 months,
lizard will be played by Michael Winslow.
Plot twist is going to be me because Pierre's going to die.
Plot twist is just going to be a stuffed animal on my shoulder during the game.
We can get that Bradley Baker. He plays animals all the time.
Plays everything.
Hey!
So after that hour, it looks like it would be a sizable, at least 100 feet.
You kind of logic it out and space things out that you think you've made enough areas for rest places that you guys could safely make it down without too much difficulty. Okay. Kess, in her hour of kind of measuring the winds and doing other things, comes up with kind of a harness type contraption that you can use when you get into one of these like holes you've made that will allow you to kind of hook yourself up to the wall there and relax your arms and legs so that you get a brief bit of respite when you're in these things.
That's a cool belt thing.
She only has supplies enough, and she actually has to raid some of your bomb making supplies to do this. But she only has supplies enough for one. So you guys will basically have to take turns.
Well, if we think this is...
Other than her, because she's got her hook shot and can just kind of go from little outcropping to outcropping.
Okay.
Well, I can try to fly through all of them, so that shouldn't be as bad.
I think we've learned something about flying down.
I didn't ask you for input, you glorified fish.
All right, Birdman. Zolta goes back to talking to
the personal here, guys.
Look, I don't know how much.
Wait. Broke the DM. Take a legend point.
Pierre, I don't know how much of the last game you went through, but I do think that's the game where I called you a Birdman, and we had a discussion about how Zolta, is kind of racist.
We had a discussion on how Rito smell. We weren't really sure. Or sorry, Zolta wasn't sure.
No, how they are able to smell, because you got a beak and not a nose.
And then we were trying to explain you have beak holes instead of a nose.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my god, I need to see the last half of that.
Yeah. So
That's what I missed. Thanks, Jody.
So that's context.
There's going to be a nice racist conversation at the end of that.
Fish. Calm down, Birdman.
I wanted to find something better, but I couldn't.
You know what, though? Like, this makes so much sense of a bird and a fish fighting.
I was just waiting for people to go, "Hey, aviary attorney."
Someone in chat said, "Hey, no need to act foul." So
yeah, now the chat's trying to get legend points.
they already win. They're here. Anyway, we have
my head, Zolta. Well, you're always salty.
Ooh, good point.
Imp is doing good with the
Imp
puns.
has got some great ones. I love reading Imp's messages during the game. It's great.
So you want to try to fly again, even though we just made this whole thing?
I fly into the outcropping and then go down, and maybe that'll be easier than trying to be just a straight fall.
Well, no, we're not going to fall. We have a rope that we can go from each outcropping, but I think we have to go one at a time.
I have the wing, so I could do it without the rope until we get to the point where it's the wind.
But you might want to tie the rope to you just in case you get blown away again.
Fine, I'll do that, but
okay.
I'll just start.
I guess that means you're going first.
I was sitting here. My question is, what are you tying to the other end of the rope?
The other end of the rope? Well,
yeah, you're going to tie a rope to Pierre so he can fly. That at maximum length is, once you tie it around him, is going to be about 100 feet long.
Yeah.
What's the other? He's still only going to be able to fly 100 feet.
Yeah, to the first outcropping, right?
Oh, okay. But then, what are you going to tie the rope to?
On top, we can set up like a python or whatever it's called. Did we establish that we had those?
Isn't there a place on the bridge what we can just tie it to?
Yeah, then you'll never get further away from the bridge than 100 feet.
Yeah,
because you're attached by a 100-foot rope to the bridge.
We have to figure out a way for the rope to get to each thing.
I didn't think this was going to be this challenging a puzzle for you guys.
The title of this game, Getting Down the Side of a Cliff. Part 2.
Part 1 of 7.
Listen, I tried.
Crap. I liked the bomb thing and everything like that, and then Pierre's like, yeah, I'm going to fly, but I'm going to attach myself to a bridge.
Listen, I'm not entirely smart today.
So you're now a Rito kite.
For the members of the cast, I just put the pronunciation guide for that word in chat.
Itan? What is? Okay. Listen, my brain's not here today. It's one of those days.
So, how do you see yourself going from indentation to indentation? That's a really big word.
Just flying down, sitting there, and then going. So I have a place to go in case something happens.
Okay, how do you envision the rest of us?
Indentations you can't sit in.
So it's just like a stepping point.
It is if you use Kess's harness, you can attach yourself if you are climbing down.
Oh.
But she also only has one. She also only has one, so we don't know how we're going to get it back up once we use it.
Why don't we tie the rope to it, and then when it's done, we bring it back up?
The rope isn't that long.
Oh, God.
Math is not your strong suit, is it?
No, it's not. That's why I say I'm a dancer. I have a dancer.
That's okay. Thankfully, we have Aruna here.
Music is mathematical.
Only counting. That's different.
Invisible Jazz, you literally could have fashioned some kind of parachute from tree leaves by now.
Nah, that's Plan K.
Invisible Jazz, you have a legend point. I don't know what you're going to use it for. Maybe you'll guest on the show sometime, but you have a legend point. Congratulations.
We are still far away from Plan Z, which is just joining Calamity Ganon and ruling.
We've got a few letters.
Yeah, we've got a few letters.
Oh, man.
The only other thing I could possibly do is as I go down, use my knives to go into it, which I could do. But then if I fall,
you could do that.
Use my knives.
Again, Open Legend is a narrative-based RPG. Describe it, and I will give you something to roll for it. Be as creative as you want to be.
I'm trying to work on the creative part right now.
I'm currently working on a version of Wonderwall to match this.
You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go use my knives. Fuck it. Why not?
Okay.
Because everything I've been doing is blank.
So are you just gonna dive off? Take your knives out and dive off?
Sure.
Okay. I need
I ready my rope in case I need to throw it to him again.
an agility check. Once you get about 50 feet down, before you can get to the first outcropping, you're hit by these winds.
How much disadvantage do I have? None?
You're actually you're expecting it this time, so it's going to be a straight roll.
Straight roll? All right, I'm going to give myself a legend point on that one.
Give yourself a
Just give yourself a legend point.
I'm
I give myself 10 legend points.
By the way, guys, we're still just 2 subs away from having
26.
the clock permanently. So anyone that is currently watching that is not subscribed, even even if you subscribe for just a month, we will love you for a whole month.
26.
So yep, you are able to deal with it and to speed things up. That's enough for you to make it down.
Oh.
Ha!
All the way down?
Yeah, it takes him. Mostly, these rolls are going to be whether or not you're going to take damage and how long it's going to take you to get down. For Pierre, that combined with the fact that it would be kind of agility based, as he's finding out where to put the knives as opposed to just massively thrusting them into the wall. A 26 is enough that it took him about 30 minutes to get down, but he was able to do that. So you guys see Pierre start going from hole to hole and make it down.
Well,
without the holes, 26 would not have been enough for him to do it.
Well,
Great.
That looked like it worked for him. Zolta, maybe you should take the harness because it actually fits you.
I don't like this plan. Sure.
Do you have a better plan?
Is there a place for the lizard?
Your pocket?
Yeah, you can put it in your pocket or your pack or whatever.
Come on, Jerry the lizard. We're going down the cliff together.
Oh, I guess you named him Jerry, so...
It's a lizard.
Is there a better name for a lizard?
I found.
That was half squished when she got him.
He's still alive. I'm like, yeah, you're fine. I'll keep him alive as long as I want to. Don't take this lizard from me.
Have a pet.
I feel like the pet's just a tool for when she needs a little life energy.
All right, so how are you getting down?
No, that's what you are. I guess I am getting in the harness and rappelling down.
Okay. That is going to be a might check.
I should not do this.
You will have advantage on it since I think you have a 0 might, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you will have advantage on it, so better than nothing.
Yeah.
Because of the harness.
With advantage, I rolled a 7.
I'm down there.
Fingers don't work well for this.
Pierre, from the bottom, you watch as after she makes it about to the first, shortly after she exits the first hole, she loses her grip and starts to fall. Aruna, you see the same thing.
Cass, can you try to hook shot on your way down to try and catch her?
All right, Cass.
Oh, wow, someone rolls well.
It's better than anyone else has been doing.
Yep.
So she gets there. She
Except for trying to kill Pierre. That was a great roll.
She catches Zulta, but unfortunately she needs to make a might check to keep holding on to her. Does not make it. So she stops Zulta for a moment, which stops her momentum, but then she drops Zulta again. Zulta, you have enough time to do something now that you've,
Okay.
you can feel yourself like slipping out of Kess's grip.
So just so you know, chat, that might check was a 2.
Oh, yeah.
check
I'm
was
sorry.
a
It was
two.
a 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least it wasn't a 1. Okay, since I was thinking about creating like protection from the winds and everything using energy before, I would like to cocoon myself in energy, just like my own energy.
Okay. Make an entropy attack roll.
Scroll
You're
down.
going to be rolling against your own toughness.
How tough am I? That's fine.
You're going to want to beat your toughness or you won't have enough energy to cocoon yourself.
Oh, that's fine. I get advantage on things like this.
Oh, good.
30.
Wow.
30. Okay.
More than double.
So how many hit points of damage do you take? And
Enough.
are you still conscious?
Oh yeah, I'm still conscious. I
Okay.
take well, entropy is against toughness, yes.
Yes.
And so I take 18 points of damage.
Okay, so you do take 18. I'm going to say roll a d6.
I got a 4.
4 of that is lethal damage. So as you slip and start falling again, you guys start seeing that kind of black-red glow around her, and then she kind of envelops herself. You hit the ground, and the shield breaks.
Oh, you didn't catch her.
But you hit the ground, and you're not dead.
Zoltar, are you alive? Alive.
I ignore him to check on Jerry.
Jerry's okay.
Okay. We're fine.
Oh. Okay, well. She took the rope and the harness, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Well, I'm just going to try and climb down to each outcropping because I have nothing left but myself.
Be a might check.
Come on, Elias, roll better.
I'll say with your familiarity with climbing and things like that, I'll give you advantage 1 on it.
Okay.
But you're the only person I think with a might score, so.
I do. Let's see if it helps.
Well, you're rolling, so.
Hey. Okay. 29.
Oh,
29.
good.
Yeah, you pass Pierre on your way down.
Wait, hold on.
I was down there the whole time.
Wait, so I can get there? Well, okay.
This is all technically happening simultaneously.
Jerry
Gotcha.
and I are just sitting and recovering from the fall.
And then Kess makes her way down because I'm not going to kill a character off when their player isn't here.
Well, she has
So anyway, guys,
with a hook shot.
Yeah, you know, there are definite benefits to being Keyswoman. So that unfortunately is where we're going to end it for today because some of us have some prior engagements that we have to get to. Yeah, like I said, if you missed any of the episode, it is available immediately after we go offline as video on demand on the Twitch channel. It will go up on the YouTube channel next week. If you're watching this on YouTube, please come check us out live. You can interact with the cast. I can give you legend points that don't really do a whole lot for you. But you can interact with the other people in chat. It's a ton of fun. And you earn rupees that you can use to actually affect the game. Other than that, yeah, I have an announcement that I wanted to mention at the very end here, which is Kiri and I sang a duet together, and it's amazingly awesome. It is, if you go to Kiri Callaghan's YouTube channel, I believe it's her most recent video. And yeah, we sing I See the Lights from Tangled, and it's super awesome. And it took us forever because we're both busy people to get it put together. But yeah, please go, go check out this awesome video. I will try to link it in the chat in just a little bit here because doing too many things at once is hard.
It is hard.
Relatable content.
There's just
it's awesome.
So much. So while I'm trying to find this thing to link in the chat, if people want to follow you on social media, where would they find you guys?
Elias Thompson everywhere.
All right.
Luca_Starks on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Lucas Starks without the underscore on YouTube. AlexRosenberg.net on the internet. Here on Mondays and at PAX East this week. Come see our panel.
Green Eye Trombonist most places on the internet, Green Eye T-Bone on Twitter and other places that don't let me have my full name. And this weekend, if you are not going to PAX and you happen to be in California, Silicon Valley Comic Con's happening and I'll be there. So you can come hang out with me and it'll be fun.
Nice. So
And Ilya will be on my stream Monday.
Yes. Oh, yes. And I will be on Alex's stream on Monday. So come check that out Monday night. I don't know what we're doing game-wise, but we will definitely end up talking about musicals and probably a bunch of other stuff.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I'm TrainerJodie everywhere. Again, follow Zelda Universe on Twitter. It's at Zelda Universe TV. Let us know if there's a better time for those of you that aren't able to watch it live for us to do the rebroadcast so you guys can watch it together. And don't forget about the MVP poll, which I think Jerry the Lizard should have a spot on the poll.
I agree.
Yep. We'll put
and
Jerry
I'll
the
hold on to his legend point for him.
Justice for Jerry.
As if Zolta doesn't win enough, now she has double odds.
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever.
You know what? This is the week. Campaign. Hashtag for Aruna. Throwing those bombs. Trying to make solutions happen.
Hashtag Jerry the Lizard.
Yes. Like, let's... Yes.
Anyway,
hashtag
guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And yes, if you were at NorWestCon, please visit Curie. Tell her that we miss her. Go to her book signing, get her book, everything like that. Otherwise, that's all for me today, and I will see you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.
2 more subs
Bye.
to 30. Bye.
Get it.